What's going on, guys? So today we're just gonna wrap some interior pieces. So if you have a car, then you might have a lot of interior pieces that are just like a plain color or a color you don't like and that doesn't really go with your interior, which is the case in my car. So I'm gonna show you right now. But my car is just black and then it has wooden trim, and it's about to be 2017 and the wood trim looks kind of really fucked up and faded out. And something that would look more cool, especially on this car, would be carbon fiber, which is what I did, and I'm going to show you guys how to do. So let me just show you the wood real quick. Alright, so this is the wood on my car. As you can see, it's like reflecting, but you can see it's just kind of like old, and then in some areas it's like right here, it's like super faded out and just looks really fucked up. It's like cracked, and yeah. So we need to put some carbon fiber on it. So in the end, I already have some carbon fiber pieces, so I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. I'm not completely done. I just have to work on the edges with a heat gun and just kind of like push them in a little bit more. But this is what it's going to look like after. So this is what it's going to look like after. As you can see, it looks way more nice than that's the edges right there that I have to work on. But it looks way nicer than the wood. It looks really cool. You can see it kind of from the side right there. It looks way better, especially on this interior. You can see it right there. It looks dope. And I'm just gonna zoom in so you can see. Looks a lot better. And I just need to get this like black or carbon fiber if I can find one. But yeah, so let me show you guys how to do it. Alright, so as you can see, the piece is right here. It's pretty much ready to go. So what you're gonna need is just the piece that you're gonna wrap, which for me is this piece right here. You can see it's that wood piece, and you're gonna need your carbon fiber. It's got like bubbles, but that'll just go away with the heat gun and everything else. And then you're gonna need your squeegee to like push out all the air bubbles and everything. And you're gonna need something like a microfiber cloth to clean the surface. And then you're gonna need a heat gun. I just have this random heat gun right here. Alright, so the next step going to be to actually grab the carbon fiber and then peel it off with a vacuum here so that we could actually get the sticky side. So there it is right there. Let me just throw that out. So here's the piece that we're going to wrap. I put that right there so you can see it. And then we're just going to lay this on there as well as we can. So let me just kind of grab it right there. Just kind of like just lay it on, just so you can get the idea of where it's gonna be. And then that's how you're done. I'm just kidding. So now once it's set there, as you can see right there, there's the piece, and then there's the carbon fiber right there. So you're just gonna want to like, you could just do it with your finger too. You could just kind of like push on it, so you could kind of get like the shape, like the edges and everything. And then once you get like the air bubbles, you could just like push them out. So as you can see right here, you can start seeing the shape of it already. Right there, you can start seeing the shape and everything. So you can kind of just keep pushing it so you can get to the edges and everything. As you can see, it's already pretty smooth. Doesn't have too many air bubbles like around these areas, like where it's actually going to be right here. So once you have it kind of set up well, you want to get it around the corners, and you're going to get a knife and then just cut it out. So I'm just going to go grab a knife real quick. So I just cut off a lot of material right there. Let me just end this cut right here. So as you can see, I just cut off all this material right here. Let me throw that out. And as you can see, there's the piece, and it doesn't have a lot of excess, just like this little piece right here. So you can see at the top, it's pretty much set up right there, and then I can just fold this over and just cut. If I need to cut any more, then I can just cut off a little bit more. But I pretty much have what I got right there. So I just need to cut this off right here and then keep folding it over. As you can see right there, got a big piece off. And I mean, if you have anything small, then you could just use these pieces, but I don't have anything this small that I need to wrap. So I can just throw that out. So as you can see, that's pretty good right there. I have pretty much the whole piece cut out. Now we can move on to just using the heat gun and using it on the corners. So I'm just going to put the heat gun on low and just kind of work around the corners. You kind of heat the middle a little bit, but you really want to just stay on the corners and just try to fold them over as you go. As you can see, when you just by turning on the heat gun on the material, it'll kind of just melt over, and it'll kind of give you like that shape that you need already. And then once you kind of have that shape, you just kind of push it, and then it just kind of falls into the shape that it needs to fall into. So the heat really kind of melts it into place. So I'm pretty much done right here. So if you have any air bubbles, you could pretty much heat gun that spot, and then with your finger or with the squeegee, just kind of work the bubbles out so that way they come out. But I didn't get any air bubbles in the middle. With small pieces like this, you really don't get air bubbles in the middle. It's just like when you're doing a hood or like a car's roof or something that's really big, then you will get air bubbles. But for something like this, you really don't. So this is pretty much the finished product right here. As you can see, here's the back, and then there's the front. Looks really good, actually. It looks. Alright, so it's installing it is going to be different on different cars, obviously. But for mine, if you see that these little orange things right here, these just kind of just clamp onto the clamps behind this right here. So these little clamps right here, they just kind of go in there. So I'm just going to clamp it on real quick, and then all you have to do is just push it in, and it just goes right in. So I'm just going to do that real quick, and then show you guys the finished product. Alright, so that's in right there. As you can see, it looks a lot better than the wood. It looks way more modern. Now if you get any bubbles like around here on the edges when you push it in, you could just get like a flathead screwdriver and kind of push them in, and then use the heat gun to kind of keep them in place. But I didn't really get too much of that. I think I got a little bit up here, so I'm just gonna do that later. But as you can see, that's the finished product right there, and then over here is the rest of it. As you can see, it looks pretty good. It looks way more modern. I really like it, and it just gives the whole car just a different look. The whole interior, it looks a lot more modern. And then this, I need to get a black piece because it's really round, so I can't really like wrap around it. I can't really wrap around this. It's just really round, so I just have to order like a black one or something. And if they have a carbon fiber one, then that would be great, I guess. But I don't know if they do. And then there's the center console and everything. So everything's carbon fibered out. So thanks so much for watching. I'm going to do more videos doing different stuff to my car. So if you guys want to stick around, that'd be great. See you guys next time. Peace out.